Hey there, everybody. Welcome to another episode of TechCon. I really appreciate you for taking the time and effort to be here live and direct. My name is Petra from Bruggen, as you can see here below, and today we are going to talk about the LiveU Solo Pro, which I had received from LiveU. I can have for about 2-3 months to try it out, to figure out how can I use it in my day-to-day job, or day-to-day job, not even day-to-day job, in my productions, of course, duh. Anyway, welcome everybody. I really appreciate you for taking the time, and I also see quite a lot of people that are here. Like always, MT is the first one that is in the house. Welcome. Appreciate you for being there. And all the way from Rochester, New York, the US of A, upstate New York. Welcome, Eric. Appreciate you for being here as well. From Finland, also very high, of course, northern style. Appreciate you to be there. And also from Sweden. Oh, we have a heavy Scandinavian people here. That's cool. That's absolutely fantastic. Let me see who we have here as well. I see a lot of people saying hello to each other. Absolutely fantastic, guys. Appreciate that. Raul is in the house as well. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Gerard is also in the house. Welcome, Gerard. Appreciate you as well. And Niels is in the house as well. And I think that I have everybody now. And if not, if I forgotten you, I mean, sorry for that. It's not on purpose. Anywho, welcome. So today it's a live stream, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the LiveU Solo Pro. Now, before I go into the new LiveU Solo, please be aware that I have been using the LiveU Solo, the original one right here, for quite some time, and it's actually the one that made me consider going to the LiveU LU300 range for my productions, though I also am a little bit more conscious of the costs involved, and the LiveU Solo Pro will definitely fit that bill moving forward. But for now, this is the old LiveU Solo. It was the HDMI version, as you can see right here. It is the HDMI version right there, but also this version right here that I have in front of me was also one that you could have the SDI version with. This time around, I'm very lucky, and I'm also very thankful to LiveU for sending me the other one, and that is this one right here. Let me get it. It's a little bit bigger, as you can see. It's quite huge, actually. And this time around, it actually has LiveU modems as well. So these are LiveU modems that are by LiveU themselves, and these are different than the ones that I just showed you. Those were like Hyun, what was it again? Chinese brand modems, but these are really by LiveU themselves. It's part of the LiveU Connect range, and the difference actually is that while on these modems that I have right here, these are modems that I purchased myself. One of them is for example T-Mobile. The other one is KPN. These are the two or the three major brands, or cell phone brands that we have over here. But this one is a little bit different. What these do is that they are roaming. They just check which provider is best. So for example, if T-Mobile is best over here, then it will first go with T-Mobile, and the other one will flip to a different one, or it will be KPN and Vodafone. It depends on where you are in the Netherlands or Europe or even the world, because you can purchase these the SIM cards separately, but these are of course a little bit more expensive because they're also how do you say that? Unlimited, really unlimited compared to the ones that I have right there. These are limited to, for example, 10 gigs, which is still a lot, but these are a little bit more interesting. But those are the modems, and you can purchase them separately. You don't have to purchase these. You can still go with the old ones and just use that. That's perfectly fine. They you are able on this one to have 4 different modems. You can have like a cable that's specially made to split into 2 different modems, so you can have up to 4 modems in this unit attached, which is quite nice. I'm not going to go too much in detail on the hardware side of things. I think that a lot of people are aware of it, or at least there's a lot of video on top of it. But please be aware that this one is actually the 300 that you see right there, but then in disguise. So it is the same hardware, though with different software. So there are some functionalities that you have on that one right there that are not available on the Solo. That's just one thing that you need to be aware of. On the other hand, I think most of us will not use that software anyway. So let's delve into it a little bit here. So here you go. Here you've got your Ethernet connection, and you've got your power connection, just a USB-C connection. And on the other side, you'll see, here you go. Oh, other way around. On the other, you see the possibility for an HDMI and a SDI port right here. So that's an SDI port, and that will allow you to either connect, it's our relationship, either connect an SDI camera or source, or an HDMI source, not both at the same time. There's only one signal that you can utilize with that SDI. So without further ado, I will hook it up, because it does take about a minute or so to boot this thing up. So I'll just start it up by hitting this button right here. Boom. And then you'll see a logo popping up, LiveU, and then Solo Pro. And of course, this will allow you to check if you have signal. And I'm gonna add my laptop that I have right there to this for the demo purposes. So I'll do that right now. There you go. Perfect. All right, sorry for that, guys. That needed to be done live, unfortunately. Anyway, so that is basically what it is all about. Eric says, good to know there's some similarities with the LU300. Yes, LU300 right there is more aimed towards a multi-camera production, so it has a possibility also to have what they call precision time, so that multiple of these units are fully synced with each other. It also has the possibility to, where is it? Right there, to have what they call IFB. Basically, it's like an intercom system, which is also not available on the Solo, because the Solo is really meant to be, well, solo, one-person band, and that's the difference. So there are a few things that they have left out, but you're not really you're not seeing them anyway, so it's okay. And also, MT, thank you so much for indeed going through that connection thing. And Niels has a question: how is the cell phone coverage in the Netherlands? In my area, there are still large areas, in my opinion, without reception at all. Yeah. So Niels, so Netherlands is quite a it's almost like a big city, right? So it's a small country. It's about the size of, let me think. It's about the size of Connecticut and Massachusetts and Rhode Island combined. I think that's quite fair to say it that way. So that's roughly the area that we're talking about. It's not a big country, and we have quite a lot of coverage. We still have some blank spots, but they are not that big anymore. They're basically in areas that are really out there in the rural areas, if we can still call them like that. But typically, all cities, all villages that are bigger than 1,000 people, they will have coverage. That's basically what we're talking about. So I'm pretty sure that here in the Netherlands, it's going to be quite okay. In Europe, there will be some blind spots, but the beauty of a LiveU is that they also have LRT, and I will be talking about what that means in just a bit. Because I prepared a slide on to explain it to you, so I'll talk about that. Just give me a few seconds, and that's about it. I think with regard to that. Neil says my colleague has a complaint about Nijmegen, but there may be because it's right on the border. That's quite interesting because I would state that Nijmegen is a big city. So it might be indeed that he or she has chosen a certain brand or a provider, like for example, I don't know, like Vodafone, I don't know. And because of that, Vodafone might not be that great there. And then, you know, if he would have KPN or T-Mobile, it would be great. It's a bit, you need to really talk about it, and there are websites to show that around. At least in the Netherlands, there is a website to figure that out. But like I said, on that modem that I just showed you, it'll automatically pick the best quality automatically. You don't have to think about it, which is I think is fantastic. There you go. So it's 41,000 kilometers, almost 42,000 kilometers, square kilometers, I mean, and 17.53 million people are living here, indeed. Thank you so much, guys. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about it. So before we go really in depth, because this video will be more about the software, the portal, and less about the video itself, because I have to stream somewhere and it just doesn't really compute to do that at the moment. But be aware, the stream quality is really stellar. It's really good. You will have not really issues. I mean, we have been using LiveU, the other one, for about 3 years during COVID, with our church services, and we had no issue at all. Honestly, after we modified it to a wired network connection, it actually went worse. Hint, hint. So it's getting worse. Doesn't mean it's opting out quite a lot, but it did do that 1 or 2 times already. So I would state that LiveU had a better experience. That's my track of mind at the moment. All right, so let's talk a little bit about how you can use the LiveU Solo before I go into too much detail. I prepared a nice slide for that. Let's show that. There you go. So here you go. So here you see the one of the possibilities that you have. Wait a sec. Something going wrong. Okay. Here you see a function, a way of utilizing a LiveU. And actually, if you check this channel, you've seen that in early January, I have released a pre-produced video about this exact situation. So on the left-hand side, you see a camera. So it can be any camera, but like a run-and-gun news camera. That will be connected to the LiveU Solo with, for example, 2 modems, both 4G or 5G. I actually added 4G, but that's stupid because it can also be LTE or 5G. Sorry for that. That's my bad. And what happens is actually that not 1 but 2 signals go to the cloud. That's right. You're not connecting directly from LiveU to, for example, Facebook, YouTube, or something else. Which is not on the slide, but that's the standard way of using the Solo, and I'll show that. Wait, I'm gonna do that first. That makes more sense. Wait a sec. Let me get that quickly because I did prepare that, but I forgot about that a bit. There you go. All right. So if you go down on this brochure, here you go. So this is standard, the standard way well, the standard use case that is the reason why this product really exists. So we have a cameraman. That cameraman is on location shooting a report. Then it goes directly into the LiveU Solo Pro, and then via LRT, LiveU Reliable Transport, it goes into the Solo Portal and Stream Tools even. And we're going to talk about what that all means in just a bit. And then it goes to either YouTube or Facebook or Twitch or Vimeo or what is it? Forget it, but that's okay. Or multiple at the same time. So you can actually have up to 3 different endpoints if needed. So that's also a possibility that you have with this tool. It also has stream tools. We're going to talk about that in just a bit, but that is not my use case. This is my use case that I will show you in just a bit. That's right there. So this is the use case that I had last December. Again, going from, let me get a laser point, a camera to the LiveU with 1 and 2 4G signals, going to LRT, and LRT is basically stitching those signals back together and then moving it to, for example, in this case it's not RTMP but SRT, and that goes into an ATEM switcher or a vMix computer, and then the production is built. Now be aware that there's also a portal, and that portal is actually only there to support this process. So the whole process from LiveU via the LRT to SRT, it's all under the hood. You cannot really see it, but that portal will give you some guidance, but it also configures what is your destination. Is it SRT? Is it RTMP? Is it Facebook? Is it YouTube? Is it whatever? You can do it in that portal, and we're going to show that portal in just a bit. Another way that we can do that, and that's actually the one that I have here in the studio at the moment set up for you, and this is the one that I'm also going to utilize this coming weekend during Carnival, is that we have multiple cameras going into an ATEM switcher. In that particular instance, next week, it's going into an ATEM switcher, and there it goes into a LiveU. But it doesn't have only those 2 4G/LTE modems. It also has Ethernet, so a real dedicated line from a local provider is cabled, and that's the reason why it's also a little bit bigger, because typically it has more bandwidth. But that means that I have not 1, not 2, but 3 different signals that goes to the LRT. Now these signals are all the same size, so it is not picking the Ethernet, giving it privilege, let's say, above the 4Gs, so it will push out data on all the different signals. That is different on the LU300. Then it's going to be more smart to say, okay, let's utilize that Ethernet port more and less on the 4G/LTE bandwidth, but at least you have 3 signals. That goes into the LRT, it stitches all those 3 signals together, and that pushes that out to SRT. And yes, in my particular use case, SRT is the one that we really want, and not RTMP. Why? Because SRT is a standard that we utilize not only, actually in 2 different local TV stations, that is our standard. And we want to move away from RTMP. So that's the reason why we're so focused on SRT, which is not a standard use case by LiveU, by the way. And from SRT, of course, via a production system, it goes to the local cable TV and to Facebook and to social media, right? Brings me to the next part, is that what happens if that connection still fails. Even though we have 3 different functionalities, it still can fail. It just can happen. In that case, let's go there first. Oh, there you go. In that case, there will be, and now I need to go to this one because otherwise you cannot see it. There you go. There will be a be right back screen. So it will automatically, and that is a new feature only available on that new Solo Pro system, it will provide a be right back screen, and that is really, really awesome. So that is something to look forward to, and you just saw a little bit of a sneak peek on the LRT functionality that I wanted to talk about. So let's go back as well and check a little bit. What is that LRT? Why do I think it's so important? Well, let's check that out. There you go. First and foremost, LRT. What is it? What can you do with it? So unlike other tools, like for example the ATEM switcher and with the streaming, once you reach a certain point of bandwidth, it just cuts off. It doesn't work. Now the ATEM switcher will shut off and it will start up immediately after it comes back, which is great. So that's the first thing. But typically you see that most of the computers around that, and those are all encoders, they will just shut off and basically your stream is dead. With the LiveU, that is no longer the case. It will automatically modify the bandwidth, but also the picture quality, depending on the amount of bandwidth that you have. So if you have a perfect bandwidth, you have a perfect picture. If you have very less bandwidth, it will be more grained. It will not be perfect. However, the audio will most likely be very good and you will still see what's happening. But when it turns back on, it will immediately recover, which means that your stream is not going to die. Well, so let's talk about the first bullet then. Why is it not working? So let's talk about the first 4G. This is roughly the first 4G. So it does go with a better bandwidth, a lesser bandwidth. The second one, actually, by any chance, of course, to simplify it, changes the same. It's the same amount, but the second 4G is a little bit more bandwidth overall. Then, of course, you got your CAT, your Ethernet cable, and that is, of course, way better than that. And you see that if you would add those three up, which is exactly what is happening, you get the real power. So what the LiveU LRT does is that it will combine the two 4G/LTE signals plus the Ethernet cable and then provide even more bandwidth moving forward, which means that the least amount of bandwidth is still way better than the three that are below, and that is a really powerful unit in my opinion. So that is why it is I think a really good idea to work with that. Let me get rid of this first. Okay, so this gives you a little bit of a context on what we're talking about today. Let me get my mouse in order again. Why don't I see my mouse? What's going on? That's awkward. I don't see my mouse. There it is. All right. Okay, that was awkward. Let me see if there's any questions before I continue. Otherwise, I think that it's going to go way too fast. Okay, no questions, it seems. Perfect. All right, let's continue then. So without further ado, let's check out how the portal looks like on the Solo portal. So it is solo.liveu.tv, and this is what it looks like right here. Let me try to get it a little bit out of the way so that you can see the whole picture. Perfect. There you go. Now you see everything. Perfect. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what you see right here. So this is the portal. I see I have two devices. I've got a Tecno Solo, which is the old version that I just showed you just a minute ago, and you have the unit that I have gotten from LiveU for demo purposes. And as you can see, it's already online. It should be working already. It has connections. It has a picture, it seems. So it should be good to go. But let's talk a little bit further. So I didn't go live yet. I am not live yet. So it's still just switched on, and that's it. So here you get the status. So for example, I added 1080p 60 as the version of the quality of the video. Then you got here, you got your LRT, and LRT again is LiveU Reliable Transport and Solo Connect. And with the LRT, you can either switch it off, which means basically that it's only going to use one modem and not all three of them. It's going to be only one modem, but I want to have that combination. I want to have that data stitched together. That's the reason why I'm going to add that to the mix. As you can see, I've chosen the nearest, which is Frankfurt in Germany, but you can see I could have easily also went for EU Ireland or across the world to Tokyo, Singapore, multiple different areas, as you can see. Also in the US, San Jose or Newport, but we're gonna stick with Germany, Frankfurt, which is the nearest to where I am. Then you've got something new, that's Stream Tools, and we're going to go really in depth in this one in just a bit. I will actually do some work on it because I need it for next week, and we'll do that part together. And then I've got already a destination set up, and that is actually something that we prepared today. It is on the TV station here in Venray, where I actually live, not in Eindhoven, but I live here. I can actually see it's SRT, and the 03, it's just a reminder to myself, is that it's going to one port, which ends with 03. That's all it is. It doesn't say anything else. But here you can see something really cool, and that is select new destination. And let's do that. Let's just click on that, and let's see what is actually happening. So as you can see, I can actually also set up a Facebook unit. If I would a Facebook stream right here, I can just click on sign into Facebook. It will automatically pop it up. It will automatically know who I am, and it will be able to select a new post. And it does know where I am, so I can actually use taekwondo, for example. I can fill in the title, the video description. I can actually fill everything in, and I can actually set the profile, but I'm not going to do that today. But that is how easy it is. Same thing goes for YouTube. Really easy, really straightforward, very easy to do. Vimeo, same thing. But now comes the kicker. There are multiple other ways. So as you can see, you've got Boxcast, you've got LiveU Studio, but also the Restream.io, which is one of the other ways to get multiple streams out there. So if you want to go to not 3 but 5 or 6, then you can utilize the Restream.io or Switchboard as well. Those two are actually quite known for quite some time for that possibility. And here you have a plethora of different destinations that you can think. Microsoft Stream is here, for example, for our corporate people here. You can also have a generic RTMP, which I have used quite a lot with the original LiveU Solo. Microsoft Teams, of course, is also there, and also SRT. Well, if I go in SRT, I have here, for example, the two stations that I work for. So I got the Venray station and also P&M, which is about 20 kilometers from here. So these two local stations, those are the ones that I work for. And the beauty of it is that I can actually just click on this, and here you can see that you can actually combine the two in one destination. So it will automatically push it out to both the first TV station and the second one as well. But I'm going to remove this one because we are only going to use only this one right there. All right. I think that is quite clear, and I think that that's a very powerful feature that those possibilities are there. Any questions so far? Let's check if there are some questions. I don't know if you're talking about my dad, but my dad was just there, right there with the little one. But I wanted to continue delivering content. Anyway, the Stream Tools beta. Let's talk a little bit about that one right here. This is quite interesting. This is new. I think this is really powerful. You can either switch it off, and you can also, of course, so then it's not being used. But I actually love this tool, so I'm gonna switch it on because it gives me some really cool stuff. What actually is happening here is that, and this is a little bit geeky, guys, so sorry for that, but what is actually happening is that in the backend there's a Kubernetes cluster, and it will automatically spin up a streaming tools server for me, and then we'll add graphics to the video. So that's really cool, but it is at the moment not running, but it will be spun up if needed. Then I can actually go here to Stream Tools Control Panel. If I click on that, I'll see a program preview coming in. If I switch it on, and I have not switched it on yet, I will show that in just a bit. Here you can see the volume, and you can hear also listen in to the volume, to the audio. Then you got here configure settings, and this is where there's really something really cool going on. So let's start with logo graphics. Of course, it would be great that I don't have to think about adding the channel logo. So here you go. Here I can actually add via upload new logo. I can click on, do you want to come in and, no? Show them? My dad is coming in with the cat. There he is. That is the young one. This is Robin. Oh wait. Let me go back to this one, and they really can see him. There you go. That is the young one, Robin. Hi. Go. All right. That was a quick intermezzo. So okay. Yeah. All right. Okay, so let's continue with this part. I'm going to say upload new logo right here. And I actually prepared it a little bit, of course. And this is the Carnival's logo that we have ready to go. And if I hit open, it will automatically switch to open. Now, this logo is not only the logo itself, because you can easily now do this as well. But it's actually prepared for also people that are not good at scaling, etc. So we just said, hey, this is a HD picture. Just put it on top of your video, and you're good to go. But at this particular moment, we're gonna add it ourselves. So I'm gonna make sure it's all the way there. I'm gonna just make it bigger, and let's try to put it in that spot right there. And I think that is quite nice. So oh, ships. Something went wrong. Let me try it again. Sorry, my bad. There you go. All right. Just put it right there. I like it. So I'm going to hit add logo here. Boom. So now he has added the logo, which is this one right here. Let me show you a little bit how it looks like. And make it a little bit bigger. So this is what it's looks like right there. See? And let's put it back to 100%, 110%. All right, so now I've added that. So that is something that will be added in just on top of the video. Now, there's also another thing, is a fallback slate, which is a slate that will be shown once I've disconnected. For example, there is no network or not enough network to even push out audio or bad quality video. So it will then show that, we'll be right back, basically. So let's build that one up together. Why not? You can use PowerPoint. You can use, of course, Photoshop for it. You can use whatever you want, but PowerPoint, why not? It'll work as well. So I'll just open it up, and let's do that together very quickly. Delete. delete. Then I'm gonna go here in my assets folder, because I do have an assets folder. In here, assets. Then I'm gonna go to that station, and I do like this logo. Let's add this logo. Boom. There you go. Nice logo. Boom. Let's make it a little bit smaller. So, and just make sure that it's a little bit centered. Maybe a little bit smaller still. There you go. Perfect. Now, because I don't like a white background, I'm gonna add the background a little bit as well. So let's format the background and put a gradient. Oh, you cannot see that. Wait for it. Let me remove myself. There you go. Adding a gradient. Gradient fill. So what I'll do here is that I'm gonna choose this color right here. Boom. And then I'm gonna remove this one. I'm gonna remove that one. I'm gonna add a other color here, that green one right here. But I do need some yellow, I see. So let's add some yellow as well. Boom. But now I want to have it the direction. I want to have it the same as the picture, like so. So now I'm happy. That looks quite nice as a starting point. And then I'll just add additionally here, we of course take we will be right back. Or maybe I do like to have it more different. I would say waiting for connection with, for example, theater. Let's do it that way. Waiting for connection with theater. Let's make it a little bit bigger, like so. Pushing it a little bit out, putting it in the center, like so. I do like it more in bold, and let's put it on white. There you go. Perfect. Let's use this one. So let's maybe a little bit more room on the top, because we are pushing it to televisions, and they tend to have a bit of a crop factor. Export this as a file type, PNG, save it, and let's put it on the desktop. And of course I already had it, so but I'll just call it Taekwondo Slate. There you go. Save. Just this one. And then if I go back here, I can go here to upload new slate. And I can click TC Slate here. And it's uploading. Done. That's it. We're done here. Back. Oh wait. Maybe let's check the additional stream settings that we have right here. You can also add like the bitrate you can change, the frame rate you can change, audio bitrate you can change, but I'm not going to touch that. And let's go back, and let's do this. Let's start things up a little bit. And for people that know Aaron Parecki, you might know something, but let's hit go live. And this will automatically also start up the streaming tools engine as well. So that will take some time. So just give it some time, and be aware that once this video is at Facebook, YouTube, or SRT, it does take about 20 seconds for it to be there, which is long, but not that long. So it's still, and here you see on the left hand side that it's pushing on quite some powerful bandwidth. It's really pushing it off, and it actually is quite nice. It's done, and you can also see that the streaming tool engine is now running. So if I click now on the streaming tool control panel, I will actually see the end result right here in 3 seconds. Oh, I need to fix something here. Boom. Oh, boom. And a few seconds later, you will see it popping up. 3, 2, 1. Look. Go for it. There you go. So here you go. Here you can see that. Oh, you can actually see myself right there. That's interesting. That was not by design, but that's cool. Here you can actually see that I can actually hear or see what I'm churning out. I can actually also play some audio here as well. Let's see if that will be visible in just a bit. It should be visible at least in a few seconds. But I'm not going to wait for that. But you do see that logo right here, right? So that logo is really there, and it's really great to have that functionality. And here you can see that the audio is popping up as well. So you can see that it's a little bit over the top, but we can change that, of course. So that is there as well. Logo is there. But now what happens if I would, remove the modems? So let's get to that solo, and I will now remove the modems from the unit. So that's 1 modem less, and it is 2 modems less. So now 2 modems less, and you will see something happening in just a bit. Let's give it some time to wait, and boom, there you go. That's awesome. That's really awesome. And if I then put them back, then it will take, of course, some time for it to reload and to get everything done again. It will take some time, but it's already now streaming again, and I'm expecting it for it to be back available in about 10 seconds or so, I believe. That's I'm not waiting for it, but it will come in just a bit, all by itself, because it's already streaming. Now it's really starting up. So let me see in the meantime if there are some questions. MT asks, fits the size of the fallback slate. I just saw 1280 by 720. Will it scale? Yes, it will scale, but you can also increase that size if needed. MT. It doesn't have to be that small. And as you can see, by the way, it has been starting again. So I will leave this this area right now, and I will also make sure that I will stop the stream. There you go. And the stream is now really stopped. Let's see if there are any comments or whatever. And he says it's a really nice tool to configure the essentials. Would it handle a GIF or video for the break screen? At this particular moment, the answer is no. I think, well, maybe I'm assuming something here. It will allow for a GIF. Let me show that again. Wait a sec. Okay. It will allow for a GIF, a PNG, a JPEG, or an APNG file. Those are the ones that it will allow for. And indeed, the Be Right Back screen was popping up, and that is, of course, really, really helpful, because it does give you a bit of more of a good feeling to it. So that was, and it's also something that is more professional, in my opinion, anyway. So that is the streaming tools, and I think that is a really powerful functionality. Now, honestly, I also need to be very frank with you. Of course, everything costs additional money, right? So please be aware that the LRT does cost, I believe, on top of my head, let me check that in my... I'm not going to show you right now my screen because I'm a little bit worried that it will show my credit card information, but I'm just checking that very quickly. Yeah, so the can I show this? No, not really. Sorry, but I'll tell you. So the streaming tools by itself costs $115 for 1 month, and the Solo Connect costs $165 per month. But with the Solo Connect, you will get the LRT for free, so that's included. So that is good. One more thing is that you need to know is that, and that is, I think, really better than, for example, the professional ones right there, is that unlike with these that you need to pay for the full year in advance, that's no longer the case with the Solo. That's not needed with the Solo. You can say, for example, and that's really something that is really powerful for my streaming events that I have, is because typically what I see is that let's say December, January, and February are really a lot of streamings, a lot of things going on. So those 3 months, I need this system maybe a few times. So that makes a lot of sense to pay that amount of money. But in March, April, typically I don't see anything happening. It's quite low key, and then starting in May, it starts up again till July, and then stops again a few months. So it goes with ebbs and flows, and with this opportunity to start it up in 1 month and shut it down another month is in the end better on a balance sheet than having it a year round. So that is that for you. Again, in all fairness, LiveU did also pay for those monthly fees until let's say the end of March, or the early March. So not one more month of this, and then after that, we need to figure out what we're gonna do. But I do like it quite a lot. So I do have other priorities at the moment, but it might be something for this year to invest. But let's see what we're gonna do. I still have the other LiveU, of course. MT says animated portable network is a file format which extends the portable network graphic to permit animations. Perfect. There you go. So it does allow for some animations, but unfortunately I'm not a expert on that yet. But it's indeed very interesting, like Niels also said. I totally agree with that. I think that we really went through all of the possibilities with the unit and with the services that LiveU provides. Again, the LiveU Solo does need to have at least LRT connected, and that is not $115. It's about $45 if you only want to have that. It needs to have that, otherwise it will not be able to utilize multiple modems at the same time. So, and that is really something that you should take into account. Otherwise, I would not even recommend LiveU. You do need to have that functionality enabled. Otherwise, there's no need for it. Just an FYI for you guys. Is there any chance that the Solo, let me click here, that the Solo portal acts as a listener, not a caller? No. It will only do the caller parts. Let me show that. I'm not connected at the moment anymore, but let's show that anyway. I hope that I can do that. So here you can go to new destinations, and if you go to SRT, it only has SRT out caller Solo, and this is where you fill in your destination name. You can either check H.264 or H.265. H.265, of course, less bandwidth, better quality. Here you can fill in what kind of screen that you would like. So you can have widescreen or standard screen, and there's quite some possibilities here. You can fill in your SRT URL plus ports, like for example like so. And you can actually add a stream ID and a passphrase. Now, the stream ID is required. Whatever you do, you need to do this, even though the listener does not even check that stream ID. There are, I mean, in my case, here in the studio, I don't give anything about the stream ID. I just want to have that data, and I'm not even worried about it. Passphrase, all same thing. I'm not even using it. That is something that took some time to understand, but this is just something that LiveU Solo wants. But if your destination does not look at it, you can fill in blah blah blah. It will just work. Doesn't matter. And then of course you can fill in the latency, and the latency with SRT specifically is really related to the round trip time. So if the round trip time is, for example, 200 milliseconds, then I would go for 500. So if it's 200 milliseconds times 2, it's 400. 500 milliseconds is the closest. Use that. If it's for example 300 milliseconds, then it's times 2, 600. Meaning you need to go for 800 milliseconds. So that's the way that works with SRT. Again, you can just use this tool with streaming to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. It's also possible. A lot of things are happening out of the box without any issues. So also for me from this studio, maybe one day my KPN fiber is killed by any chance. I can actually, if I would still have the unit, I can hook it up. And boom, I'm still live. So that's the beauty of this functionality. On-screen creations. What is the max bit rate when broadcasting in just 1080p? Let me check. Let's go here again. So, and this was in 1080p, yeah? Yeah. So let's go here again. So, I can say here I want to have it at 60 frames per second, maybe. And I can go to advanced, and I can hit the bit rate, click it, and then just what does it say here? For stream engine tool, profile settings are selected. Destination will be changed to value selected here. It does not state here what the max is, but I don't know if it will. Oh, wait a second. Value to there you go. That is it. That's the 2000 kilobit per second. So that's quite a lot, right? So that is what it is. Now, please be aware, if you would utilize H.265, then you need about 60% of the same data if you would click H.264. So H.265 is a way better compression, smaller compression with the same quality than the other one. So the combination of H.265 and high bitrate would be very, very helpful. That's basically what I would do in the case of you then. All right, so that gives you some idea. Yeah, indeed, like Flow is mentioning. Was it 20,000? Oh, did I misplace that? Sorry. Let me check. Maybe I did do that wrong. Let's it can be. Let's check that quickly. So let's. Oh yeah, 20,000. There you go. It will accept that. Yep. Good. Good catch. Good catch. So that is roughly what I had in store for you guys today. I think that we've learned quite a lot. What the Solo is, how you can use it. I will be using it this coming Saturday and Monday during some carnival events. In both cases, with the use case that we are connecting to a wired modem, so not fiber but copper still, but wired. But with the possibility that if the cable is not working perfectly, that it will automatically go to the 5G or 4G modem and as a backup plan. So that is the way that we're going to use it, and the output of the ATEM switcher will go directly to that. So not a vMix, not something else, but ATEM will do that. And Sportfo, thank you so much, and also thank you for your catch just now. Really appreciate that. That's it that I had in store for you guys today. I hope that you liked it. I definitely was looking forward to this episode, just for the sake of having the possibility to really go in depth with regard to the LiveU. And I'll see you not next week. Next week there will be no show. There will also not be a video next week due to that carnival thing, and I do need to prepare still quite some things. So next week no content. The week after we'll be back with a live show, and the week after we'll be there with a video. I do see that Robin is here. Robin, are you coming to me? Robin. Nope, he's not coming today. Maybe you can put him here. You can put him here. Hey, hi, look at you. This is Robin. Robin is already getting a little bit bigger, huh? And his eyes are already changing from blue to yellow, but he's really He's always busy. Anyway, that's all that we had time for. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic weekend, guys. See you not next week, but the week after. Bye-bye.